Hello everyone, this is a recap of the trading session January 9, 2012. I will also show you some trades I took after the European session, and I will also show some trading opportunities using the volume distribution indicator. So here we have the euro dollar chart. Obviously we are in a downtrend right now. We made a low here in the early trading of the Asia session, and from there we retraced. I was looking for a short, but actually we didn't get any signs of weakness here during the European trading session, so there was no trade for me. I was looking for that level here. That is the volume peak here in the volume distribution chart, so that should be resistance usually, and as you can see we got very near to that level then and sold off. If you look here at the chart, you see here the volume peak. If you look 20 days in the past, here we have the average volume distribution for the last 20 days, and that line here is average daily, the average distribution here for the volume for the last 5 days. As you can see, we came here also very near to the standard deviation of the last 20 days for the volume distribution, so I decided to take a short here just after the European session on my own account here. I will just show you that. I was pointing out that level here several times during the European session, so I hope some members took that. Now that is the Aussie dollar. I'm looking here for the euro dollar. Here we go. As I said, I took a short here when I saw momentum here to the upside stalling a bit, and I took off half my position here. Here's the daily pivot. I will just show you that in the 1 minute chart here, and here I took off another quarter position, put my stop for the remaining quarter position behind that swing high point, and got now stopped out here for my last quarter position. If you look again here, hopefully the right chart, here we go. Here's a 1 minute chart. Here I saw some weakness coming in the market. I sold at that point here. My first target level was volume distribution level here for the last 2 days. As you can see, we already got resistance here the first time, but we broke through, and here we got a target level for short. We also bounced off that level. You also could have taken a long here. We have a bit of a higher low here in the 1 minute chart, so what's also good for a quick scalp here. Again, we moved down to that level here, got another little bounce, but finally broke through and came to the pivot level where I took off my second quarter position, or I should say one quarter position, because I took off half here, quarter of here, and got stopped out here for the last quarter. So that is a way you can trade these charts with the volume distribution levels. One thing to mention is that, of course, at that point you had an intraday long opportunity here. We had the volume peak up here, and we had actually the chance to get to that level here, so you could have taken a long. Of course, I took the trade here more or less from the 1 hour chart here. I was actually looking here for a short, so I had to place the stop first of all above the high here, and just took out half here, so that was my target level, and then was hoping for lower prices, but that was also a long setup intraday here. Let's move on here to the Aussie dollar. The Australian dollar against the US dollar had a nice long setup here during the Asia session. We got here the volume peak for the last 20 days. Here we got a peak, so that is port, a support point here, and we got to that level and bounced here nicely off that. So a very nice support level for long. At that point, we also got the average volume distribution not very far away here, so that is clearly a support area. And then if you have taken a long here at that point, your target is then at that volume peak here for the last 5 days. So a very nice setup here, but of course I was asleep at that point, so I was looking again here actually for short trades for the room. We are in a downtrend nevertheless, but on my own account again I took a long here first. I have to say, if you look here at the 1 minute chart, the green line here, there's the 5 minute 20 EMA. I took a long here when we got the bounce offset moving average. I was only looking here for that area as a target. We have here the opening price. We also have the hourly 20 EMA and also the standard deviation band. So a target area here, I took out half here and had my second target up here, and at that point I was looking for short here also for the room. That short trade didn't go too well. It looks here good in the chart, but we got a bit unlucky here. I took a short here at the average volume distribution, also the pivot level here, and I just put the stop to break even when we have been up a bit and had been up a bit, and then got stopped out here with a small spike here to the upside, and then we moved 20 pips to the downside, but actually we got stopped out at break even here with that little spike here to the upside. Nevertheless, the idea was right, and that level worked here also. I can show you that here on my live account also. Just go to the Aussie dollar. I took here the long, took out half here, took out my second half, and then here I went short here with the room, and we got stopped out here at break even. Took another short here in the afternoon for just a few pips here, took out half here, and got stopped out at break even for my second half. Reason for that trade was, if you look here again at the 1 minute chart, where's my 1 minute here? That it was still a resistance area here in my book, so I took another short here, and then just took out half here at the hourly 20 EMA, and then now we got higher, made new highs here, so let's see how that goes. One more thing is the cable also had a nice setup here at a volume distribution level. By the way, I did mention here I took the long here in the Australian dollar in the room, just didn't make it like an official room trade, but nevertheless you could have gotten into that trade with me also. Where's the cable? The cable chart is here. Here, so the 1 minute. Nice short setups here right at the average volume distribution for the last 2 days here, and you also got the opposite setup here at the volume peak. So what you want to do is, usually you want to trade from the peak to the average, so that is a very good trade here at that point, but you of course can also trade here the short trade at that level here, so it was always good here for 20 or here even 30 pips. So you could have taken a short here, 30 pips to the downside, then taking a long here back to the average, taking a short here, maybe taking a long here again. So um, here you could also have gotten short, but you see we make some kind of higher lows here, so you had to be careful at that point. It will be interesting to see how cable does in the next couple of days. If you look here at the volume distribution, you can clearly see we had a nice levels here to go long or short. We had the price moving below the volume peak. We got here a nice short area. Here we got also near the average a nice long area. Then we got here the fall to the 2 times of the standard deviation. Possible long entry here when we made some kind of a higher low, came back to the average, short area here, then next short area here at the volume peak, and now we hit again the 2 times standard deviation of the average volume distribution for the last 20 days, a bounce of that, and now we are at the first standard deviation. So will be interesting to see if we make a really a kind of a bottom and move higher. Nevertheless, a lot of nice levels to buy or sell here based on the volume distribution. Keep in mind these levels here right now, which are shown, are dynamic, so they already factor in the last couple of trading days. So if you see like here the price not hitting that level here exactly, maybe that was at that point the case, hitting that average volume level exactly. We don't know that because we already here, or the indicator already calculates here, of course, the last couple of trading days. Nevertheless, you see that the levels are basically working here almost perfectly here right now in the cable.